As promised, here are the common bedtime nutrition blunders that I see most often, and more importantly, I'm going to provide my recommendations in how you can rectify them. So, ultimately it comes down to the what to's and what not to's before you hit the sack, which still, believe it or not, bewilders many fitness enthusiasts. We all know it was once thought that eating after dinner would expand your waistline, especially if you were consuming carbs. Thankfully, much of that advice has since been debunked, but folks still seem to be confused. Now, contingent on your goals, it's most likely a benefit to eat before you go to bed. For instance, a late night feeding can actually boost your muscle building abilities, especially when you're eating the right foods. The reason why I'm creating this video is to bring awareness and simplify the process. If you really want to make the most out of your fitness goals, avoid making these pre-bedtime eating mistakes. Number 1, passing on protein before bed. To get the most value out of protein, consume 25 to 30 grams of protein every few hours. If your dinner falls around, let's say 6 p.m., but you don't go to sleep till 10 or later, passing up on your nighttime snack will up your time spent in a catabolic or muscle breakdown state. This can negatively affect your ability to maintain lean muscle during any fat loss phase or to gain during a growth phase. So what's the solution? Make sure you have ample protein in your last meal before bed, which, as I just mentioned, just may be an additional meal after dinner. Science and my own personal experience will tell you that muscle growth continues following a protein-rich meal even if you're going to sleep immediately. To truly maximize this meal, consider eating a combination of fast and slow digesting proteins. Dairy is an excellent source of casein and tastes great when mixed with whey protein isolate or solid whole protein. But consider a quality casein protein powder too if you have an intolerance to lactose or simply seeking more convenience. Either way, the combination will flip the growth switch quickly, as well as prolong the delivery of protein to your muscles during the night. Mistake 2. Avoiding carbohydrates at night? Here's the issue. People are still under the impression that eating carbs at night will lead to weight gain. But this isn't true. If your total daily calories and carbohydrates are considered and aligned within your goals. Weight change is typically dictated by the relationship between calories in and calories out across a 24-hour period, not necessarily overnight. If you consume most of your calories, or carbs in this case, later in the day, then so be it. A deficit or surplus is what's truly important. Oh, and good luck trying to train in the evening and expect to recover if you're skimping on your nighttime carbs. Here's a solution. Don't fear carbohydrates in the evening. In fact, again, per my own personal experience training folks, along with multiple studies, I have observed efficient weight loss in people consuming healthy amounts of their carbs in the evening. Furthermore, there are even improvements in feeling more full and satisfied throughout the day. So, it goes to show you that your calorie deficit or surplus is more important than weight management than carbohydrate timing, more often than not. Unless you're preparing for a competition or such, which I'm assuming most of you viewing this aren't. Your daily schedule should dictate your need for carbohydrates in the evening. If you train in the evening or prefer carbs for dinner, go ahead and eat them, as long as you're taking in the appropriate amount of carbs in a 24-hour span to meet your goals. You'll be okay. Mistake 3. Consuming stimulants too late in the day. Consuming stimulants close to bed will inevitably delay sleep, or most certainly interrupt it. Even if you're able to fall asleep after a cup of coffee, it still negatively affects your sleep quality, specifically the valuable deep REM sleep. Sleep is the best time for our body to rest and recover from hard and intense workouts, because it's when the majority of your anabolic hormones are secreted. Taking stimulants right before bed won't only shortchange your sleep, but also your muscle development and gains. Simply stop consuming stimulants, coffee, caffeinated tea, energy drinks, and pre-workouts a minimum of 6 hours before you plan to go to sleep. This should allow enough time for the caffeine to be metabolized to the point where it won't affect your sleep. If you train in the evenings, rely on simple carbohydrates to charge you through the session. Your recovery will be optimized, and your body will thank you for it in the long run, as there's too much detriment in not receiving full nights of restful sleep. So there you have it. Follow these 3 simple principles in the tail end of your day and watch all the effort you put into the gym pay forth. I truly enjoy sharing this information with you, as you can gain great value out of the details. I take pleasure in talking about things that matter to people who care. In good health.